Okay, so I'm going to talk about novation agreements, what it is, how it works. So in your traditional wholesale deal, let's say you have this house, okay, and don't make fun of my house. I know it's shitty. Let's do a bigger marker here. There we go. So we have this house, okay, and the seller wants 200,000. Like, well, traditional wholesale deal, I need it down at 150. So let's say you're talking down to 150. You know somebody will buy it for 175 as is, no repairs. So your profit on that would be 25K. Okay, and again, don't make fun of me here. I can't draw for shit. Okay, so this would be your wholesale deal. WS wholesale deal. Take the same house. Okay, and this is where novation agreements they're pretty powerful if you know how to use them. You got the same house. This is going to be a novation agreement in A. Same thing. He or she wants 200. Well, instead of only being able to offer this 150 over here, you can say, look, I can give you 180. Wow, that's a $30,000 difference you can give them. Okay. Now I would pitch this, and if they say no, they go, well, how about a novation agreement? So let's say the house needs 10 grand in work, needs some floors, maybe some paint, maybe the kitchen needs a little bit of updating, whatever. So let's say it's going to take 10 grand. So you say, look, Mr. Seller, I'll give you 180, but I'm going to have to put 10,000 of my own money into this to make it worth a little bit more than the 180 so I can make a profit. I don't want to lose money, right? I'm buying this house to make a profit. Then you're going to sell it, put it on the market with a realtor, or if you know an end buyer that's a buy and hold person that will take it as long as it's going to be cash flowing right out the gate, and it sells for 225. Okay, so you sell it for 225. And again, I'm trying to do this with a mouse with my right hand, so don't make fun of me. So instead of just making the 25,000, well, you're able to put another 35K in your pocket, and that's after you deduct the 10,000 you put into it versus the 25K. So seller gets less money, you get 25,000. He gets a little bit less than what he's wanting. That's the $30,000 difference is a lot. You put in 10K so for 225 now because it's fixed up a little bit, looks prettier, more eye catching. $35,000 profit. So novation agreement is a really good tool. And here's a breakdown of it, like in a more clear way, so you can understand this. Wholesale deal, 200K. You offer them 150. Put any repairs in it. $25,000 profit. You keep most of it. Now you can split with the seller. You can do that. Just if you want to spice it up a little bit, but obviously you have to sell for more than a 225. So that's another way you can do it is tell the seller, look, how about I give you 180, but anything above that, I'm going to keep. Or you can say, look, after the 180, I just want to make my money back in the repairs plus 25%, and then you can keep the rest. So that's another way to do it to make it attractive is you tell the seller, look, I'm going to put in all this money. I'm going to put in 10 grand to get it fixed up. So I tell you what, if I'm going to put in 10 grand, as long as I get my 10K plus, say, 25%, you can keep the rest above that mark right there. So after I get my 10K back plus 25% on my 10K, you can keep the rest. Now, this would be a third option for me. If you're trying to do it, you can make some cash pretty quick on a deal. You can do a wholesale deal. That's not going to work. Okay, you can do a novation agreement. Not quite there. Then we do a novation agreement, but add on a percentage of the profit at the end. But I don't do that unless I absolutely have to. It's just it's not that it's a headache, but you're trying to make as much profit as you can. This novation agreement stuff is dangerous in a good way because you can give the seller an extra 30 grand and you can make an extra 10,000. So again, traditional wholesale deal, he wants 200. Hey, I need you to come down 50,000. I'm only going to give you 150. I know somebody that'll buy it 175. Profit 25. Seller says, no, I can't go that low. Okay, how about 180? Ooh, you just came up $30,000. Okay, I like that. But I've got to fix it up first. Then I can sell it. And I don't want to keep it on the market for a long time. I want to get my money out of this as soon as possible. So that's always a plus or way to negotiate with the seller. When they go, well, how long it's going to take? You say, well, I don't know exactly how long it's going to take, but I can tell you if I put 10 grand into a property, I don't want to be sitting around to wait to get it back. I'm going to be selling it as fast as I can. So that's good to use with sellers when you're talking to them about this. But novation agreements, if you want to know more about it, you want to see what one looks like, shoot me a message and I'll send you a copy of what a novation agreement looks like that I've used in the past. Like I said, I'm more than happy to help you walk through that.